We love hip hop.
Okay,
Andrew's he's doubled and tripled down. He posted let me see what I could find here. I have it on my personal page when he first started doubling down with this here. You know, Mike didn't know that was a grown man.
You didn't know Hezbollah was an adult?
He didn't know Hezbollah was an adult.
Oh, Mike didn't. Yeah,
Mike didn't know.
Clearly, yeah, he's like kissing him like a baby.
He found out after in the interview when it continues. He's like, "Oh, that's a grown man." But that was Andrew Schultz posting Hezbollah boxing. I guess Andrew Schultz is supposed to be Tyson, and Hezbollah is Kendrick Lamar. Right?
I feel like this is tough because I understand Andrew Schultz is a comedian. I respect him as a comedian, but he's almost digging his own grave because the manner in which he's discussing it with like, yo, I would make love to this guy in you know what I'm saying? Like I could take him into prison and I could, R-word, whatever. It's just like, you're not helping your case. Like, it's one thing to hide behind freedom of speech and comedy and protect, like, your right to say whatever. And Kendrick has that right to be like, bro, stop talking about black women as a white man or whatever. Kendrick has that right, whether you agree or not agree. Right. Like, he can say that. But the way you're responding is not like a good look.
You say he's taking it too far?
Yeah, and Schultz has been on the downside in terms of like, his likability amongst the YouTube audience. I don't know if you see the comments.
No, there's bare YouTube videos, the downfall of Andrew Schultz, why Andrew Schultz is an asshole or whatever the title of the shit. Yeah. I see those.
So I don't know, man. Like, I feel like even when Ice Cube's son responded, and then he's like, yo, listen to No Vaseline. It's just like, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the Meek Mill response, like, they're making good points where it's like, bro, like, why'd you even have to take it there? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there were funnier ways to address it, but to be like, bro, like, you gotta play the clip. Yeah. Like, play the clip because I don't want to misquote him.
Yeah, but okay, and I'll play the clip, but I actually don't agree. And it's crazy that you're saying that, and you're the white guy,
It is kind of funny,
and I'm the black guy who's like, I'm like, go. I might not. Actually, I found this shit funny.
Like, first of all, Kendrick's people and the gang affiliate, everybody, his security, they will kill me. They will destroy me. They'll find me in the street and cut me up. They'll shoot me. They'll do whatever. I'm not a tough guy. Y'all do. But just Kendrick, I would make love to him. And there's nothing he can do about it. Just Kendrick Lamar, I would make love to him. And the only thing that he could do is decide if it's consensual or not. That's the only thing he could do. If it's me and Kendrick,
right away, the one black guy on the pod, Alex Media, right?
Yeah. Salute.
He noticed right away because, like, bro, Schultz says wild things. We all know that. That's part of his brand. But there's something like creepily historical about the narrative that Schultz is putting out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're gonna go into the butt breaking?
Bro,
butt breaking, I mean.
That is a trauma that black people have faced. It's almost like this, like, okay, I'm half Turkish. There was an Armenian genocide.
Right.
Sorry, you might have to bleep out that word.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I make jokes that are like very, very specific to that dynamic, it's just like, it's a little more distasteful because it comes from a historical place. And he's talking about consent, and like, someone made a comment like, I think it was Cat Williams. He's like, the R word is never funny. Like, they wanted to add a scene in a movie where it was like an R word was happening. It's like, yo, it's never funny.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
But why is it okay? And salute to academics. He made a great point the other day. So why was it funny when Saucy Santana was like, I'm gonna knock you out and F you in the butt? And everybody was like, Ack, what you gonna say now? And then Ack cried because he wanted to say so much shit, but he knew he would get canceled for saying something at somebody from the LGBTQ community that he just broke down crying.
Really? I didn't really bag that.
He was like, I can't even. I'm not doing about too much, but he's just because he wanted to say so much.
Yeah.
But like, everybody was laughing at him, fam.
Yeah, even Mike Tyson at one point he's like,
I'm gonna F you and make you love me.
And then, yeah, you know, so I don't know, like obviously, like,
and not only that, the Booty Goons, Ray J, Fabulous, yo, I'm gonna come over there with the Booty Goons, do you jail style.
I mean, me personally, like, I don't agree with any of those type of jokes, but I guess it's like in a lot of ways, being R-worded is worse than getting beat up.
And those people who I'm giving examples they're not comedians. They're like serious.
Yeah, I just think the optics of it looks worse because Schultz is a white dude. Keep in mind, he's Scottish and something else. So like
Scottish and German or something.
Scottish and German. So he's not really like white American in that sense. Where
well, he's an American, but also a lot of people have been giving him the criticism of like, oh, you don't come for the Jews. And a lot of people mistake him because his name is Schultz.
Yeah, he's not Jewish.
He's not Jewish. But yes, he does come for the Jews because the producer that you don't see on camera, that sometimes they'll show on camera a few times, they go at that guy all the time. With sometimes in the Jewish jokes, I'm like, bro, whoa, you're going right near the edge.
Yeah, but as someone who's a fan of comedy, who's attempted comedy before, like I get all he's trying to do is make people laugh.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the intention is good, but it's kind of like at what cost? Like you're making yourself seem unaware of, I guess, the relationship between that with black people in America.
Yes.
And other places.
But also, do you watch Flagrant?
Yeah.
You've probably heard him make fun of black people, Indian people, multiple times.
Yeah. It's just normally.
And white people.
Yeah, but honestly, the audience will normally determine what's good and what's not, you know? So I just feel like those ones people allow, but I feel like with this, because it's in response to Kendrick saying something that isn't really a bad thing to say, like, yo, like letting...
Don't let no white comedians talk about no black women, that's law.
Yeah, and I do think his point is I could talk about anyone. That's just how I am.
Yeah.
So he should have just stuck with that angle, but because he was like, bro, one-on-one, I would make love to you, and it's either you would just have to wonder if it's consensual or not. It's like you're kind of it's kind of like when we did that wave room, when you do that wave room roast, and the guy was like, I've never hated a black person so much.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, like if he could have said something different and had the same effect or whatever, but I just think the audience will let you know. And even Alex Media is like, bro, like right away, he didn't really allow it because he understands how the black community is going to perceive that. And a lot of Andrew Schultz's success is from black people rocking with him. Not just that, obviously he's a talented comedian, he's a hard worker.
But a lot of the people who found out about him is through Brilliant Idiots with him sitting next to Charlemagne.
Yeah. And I'm not going to give all the credit of his career to black people either, but it's kind of like that gave him a pass to where like he was able to be really run rampant and free.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you don't understand what that joke means on a historic, like spiritual level, you know?
Maybe. And I hate doing this because last time I spoke about him, the ratio of dislike that I got on the clip, bro, is crazy. I think they think I'm a super coon. But like I've been listening to Andrew Schultz for like the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Through Brilliant Idiots and now through Flagrant and, you know, other forms of media. And he seems pretty on par. He's had issues before with some black jokes where it was getting a little bit close to the edge on Brilliant Idiots. And it's always been like they've had to remind people like, yo, because people didn't know before, yo, he's a comedian. You know what I'm saying? He's had conversations that got kind of, you know, people were getting offended because they weren't even completely aware of him at the time.
Yes, but I think what a lot of comedians misconstrue is that they hide behind the guise of I'm a comedian, so you shouldn't get mad at me. But it's like,
that's true too.
You saying something, so people are either going to like it or dislike it, and they have the right to do both. I personally enjoy Andrew Schultz's comedy. I think he's honestly a comedic genius. Some of his jokes, like to this day, I'm like one of the best. These are some of the best jokes I've ever heard.
Yeah.
But like, you have to understand when you say stuff, even if it's in the realm of, oh, this is comedy, this is material, I'm just making a joke. It's like, well, people are going to react to that. And this is the reaction that you got. Whether you agree with the reaction, you can either fight it and be like, yo, bro, people don't get it, man. Yo, listen to No Vaseline. Oh, Meek Mill, remember when you said this? Like, he's kind of...
Misdirect. He's deflecting.
He's deflecting instead of taking accountability. And I think because he doubled down, this could be a kind of slippery slope, because if a lot of black people start to be like, you know what, Andrew Schultz, we rated him before, but I don't know, that our joke is just like, it kind of lost me. You know, if people start to do that, that can be problematic. Do I think it's going to affect his bottom line? No. He's still a very successful comedian. A lot of people love Andrew Schultz, and he's pretty culturally aware. Like, he's not an ignorant person, you know? It's just this moment right here in the heat of the battle, he kind of, I feel like he took it a little too far, quote unquote.
Oh yeah, he went back on Brilliant Idiots this week. I was just listening to it yesterday, and he was going off there too. He didn't back down.
Yeah, and I think because he was called out in a Kendrick song, he feels like, yo, I'm a crash out in a way too. Yeah. Let me like capitalize on this moment from a content perspective. Yeah, and I don't want people to like cancel Andrew Schultz. And usually I'm like super pro like freedom of speech, say whatever. Yeah. But it's kind of like, shoot, Kramer said the N-word. You know what I'm saying? That's freedom of speech, but guess what it did? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but somebody tried to use that analogy on me the other day, or that comparison, I mean, the other day, and it's not the same, because he wasn't using the N-word in his routine, and everybody was like, oh, no, he broke routine.
Yeah.
And then he just started letting his true shit come out.
Yeah, you could tell whatever Andrew Schultz said there was planned. Like,
I don't think it was planned. What, you mean his Kendrick rant or the original thing that got him in trouble? The shits and giggles thing.
I think the one-on-one, like, I think he was like, okay, I'm gonna talk about how Kendrick's camp could beat me up, but one-on-one, I would make love to him.
Yeah. He sat at home and he thought out that bit.
Yeah, and I don't know, I'm sure maybe in an underground stand-up comedy club that would have hit super hard. Maybe even some black people would have laughed, you know? But I think because it's on the internet and it can be taken out of context and recycled, and people can just take that clip and circulate it, it's like, you also have to take accountability if you're Andrew Schultz for saying things that maybe people didn't like, you know?
Yeah, it's and I've heard Charlamagne say this multiple times. You have the freedom to say anything you want, but then people have the freedom to react however they want.
Exactly. But what do you think is the future for Andrew Schultz? Do you think this is just going to be like swept under the rug?
No, I think this is just going to help him catapult him even more. There's people who might have not known about him, and that's really hard because like he's very popular, but there's going to be a few people who didn't know about him who are like, hey, let me go check out his stand-up. Let me go check out the ones that are already out and see if I actually find him funny or not. And if they find him funny, then he's gaining a new fan.
Yeah, I want to branch off from what you're saying, because what I'm realizing now is that, like, I think early on, there was open racism, and then there was closeted racism.
Yes.
But now I feel like open racism is making a comeback. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I be seeing YouTube comments and stuff. Obviously, early internet days, like, it was out there too. But then there was like that woke wave where it was like, I guess open racists didn't feel comfortable expressing. But now I feel like I've been hearing it more from like non-black people or whatever.
It's that MAGA.
Yeah, and then so like a lot of open racists will double down on their support for Andrew Schultz. You know, like, you know what? I'm gonna buy one of his shirts.
Yeah.
That's how much I don't care about what he said.
Yeah, those white supreme room. I don't want to say the word for YouTube, but those rooms on Twitter, they're probably buying tickets for friends. Like, yo, did you hear our boy Andrew? Right? And this is probably not the audience that Andrew wants neither. He's like, no, I don't want you guys. Like, I want the people who are open-minded, not the closed-minded people.
Yeah, I think Andrew Schultz is he likes to perform for diverse crowds because he has a lot of material.
He performs all over the world.
Exactly. So, but I do think like that black audience that isn't woke, quote unquote, in that like modern sense, like they're down for the controversy. That's probably what he wants to keep. You know what I'm saying? But if you lose those guys, you know,
I don't think he's gonna lose them. The people who like jokes, either. Like myself, right? Like, I'm showing you something right here. This is him in Palestine.
You got nothing to worry about. The lesbians done took over the Palestine protests.
Actually, no, this is not it. It's right here.
All right, obviously we went and saw the Burj Khalifa, unbelievable. But I heard that when it was built, it wasn't connected to the sewage system. They have like these poop trucks that have to take the sewage out. And that's why you shit on a hooker's chest. So Hanati, take that with you, please. Hanati. Take that with you, Hanati, please.
Like, he's talking to them about shitting on Hooker's chest, and there's bare guys in the audience cracking up.
But that is a phenomena that happens semi-openly there, but like,
he made fun of the LGBT, everything over there. He's like, y'all turning into a bunch of lesbians and shit in one clip I saw.
But do you think that's the same as like directly telling someone who is...
Bro, you can get killed over there for that type of talk.
They allow him, bro. They're paying him a lot of money to be there. They're trying to open
make
their door.
fun of them.
Yeah, but they're trying to open their doors to the West. So this is like a part of their strategy. This is like intentional. Like this would not have happened like maybe 20 years ago, but because they're trying to modernize and appear more secular, that's why they're doing all these like fights. They're throwing money that people have never seen in their life because they're trying to, it's called like something diplomacy, like soft diplomacy, whatever, where it's like they host sporting events and stuff to kind of shadow their
traditionalism,
disregard for human rights. They still have slaves in those places. They have people who cannot escape, who cannot leave that country. The employers take their passports. Slaves die there. Like, so in order to kind of like throw that under the rug, yo, we're going to set up Tyson Fury versus this guy, and it's going to be the biggest event, and then we're going to have the biggest celebrities. We're going to pay every celebrity to come and enjoy our culture. We're going to show them a good time. And then now people like us, we're watching, we're like, man, they're UAE cool, seems, wow, Qatar, wow, you know what I'm saying? They're, whoa, I would love to go there, you know, but...
And people go.
People go, and usually when you're an outsider, you're going to have the time of your life. But if you are usually an Indian worker who was convinced, okay, this is an opportunity for me to make money, send money back home. You have your rights violated. You know how many people were unalive during the creation of these stadiums in Qatar? You know what I'm saying? So
same stadiums that Andrew Schultz is performing at now.
Yeah. So you guys always remember, like, especially when there's a lot of money, there's usually a reason, especially with Arabs. And I'm saying this as an Arab. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's not being racist.
Nah.
Well, listen, man, I just wanted to get your thoughts on the Andrew Schultz thing, man, because, like, you know, as a white presenting gentleman, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. You could say I'm white. I've been, you know, this is an interesting convo. Sorry, I don't want to backtrack, but
we love hip hop.